Hello friends, it's me, and today, waterproof makeup. Let's check out, does waterproof makeup actually work? Style theory. From the style theorist. Together, let's go. Let's start.
When one wants to douse a fellow employee in the face with a large bucket of water, it's a full body motion, right?
Yes.
You get your whole thing into it, right?
I love a learning experience.
The other side that you want to do too is to make sure that they don't see it coming.
Yes! Style theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the
Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory.
only channel ready to dive into the deep end. It's summertime and that means one thing: water, water, and more water. How can we stay cute and still get the most out of our summer? Waterproof makeup, or at least that's the idea. However, I've always wondered if that's actually true. To find out, I'm about to do something that no other person has ever attempted: completing the water gauntlet. Wait, you have never heard of the water gauntlet? Let me give you the TLDR version.
Alright, I know of the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos. I am inevitable.
Water Gauntlet consists of 6 rounds of in-your-face water tests. Well, in my face. Yeah, I am volunteering to get drenched 6 times in order to find out just how waterproof makeup actually is. We will be testing 3 different types of water: fresh water, salt water, and chlorinated water. That'll cover all of your major swimming spots: lakes, oceans, the pool, you get it. All of it's leading up to the ultimate test of staying power, the king of summer water activities, the water slide. If our makeup can survive this mountain of high-intensity water action, it should be able to survive anything. When it comes to makeup, we're going to be doing half of my face in regular non-waterproof makeup to be our control, and the other half in all of our waterproof products. Our full face will consist of foundation, concealer, mascara, eyeliner, eyebrow pencil, and lipstick.
She makes a very good point. It's important to have a control so that we can understand, like, what if you use a normal, regular, common makeup?
Things consistent, I will be using the same brands for both our waterproof and non-waterproof options, meaning if we use e.l.f. waterproof mascara, we will also be using e.l.f. non-waterproof mascara. We will also be doing a white towel test at the end of each section. This will let us see if the water loosens up the makeup's grip on our face and transfers onto our towels with a light touch. I mean, you're gonna dry your face if you get wet, right? First up, our freshwater round.
That's not necessarily a white towel.
Starting with one of my favorite age-old classics.
Welcome to test 1, which is our water guns. However, I can't shoot water guns at myself, so I invited my squad.
Let me give you a quick intro to our Team Theorist water gunners. On Team 1, you had ringleader Ash and our master of analytics, Josiah, making
Ash and Josiah!
up Team 2, we had Queen of HR, Rachel, and our social media mastermind, Kai. And clearly,
Hi Rachel, hi Guy.
they were happy to be there.
They're a little bit eager. I'm not quite sure what kind of pent-up aggression they're gonna get out today, but hey, squad, are you ready to shoot some water? Let's do it! All right, welcome to Theorist Field Day. Get in position, we're gonna shoot some water guns. This is terrifying.
As they all got into firing position, I was starting to regret the choices that had led me to this moment.
Good luck, Amy.
But I knew it was for the greater good. I got into my ready stance, eyes closed for maximum makeup exposure, and ears plugged because, not gonna lie, I was a little doubtful about how well our team's aim was going to be, and I wasn't looking to get an earful of water today. Listen.
Oh my gosh, just a lot of camera. Don't get them wet. It's expensive.
We're gonna be going in and out of water all day, and I need to draw a line somewhere.
3, 2, 1, go! I can't wipe my eyes. Good job, team. That was right on the money. Good job. You guys did so well.
They certainly did. But what about our makeup? Immediately, it was easy to see that our control, non-waterproof side was, in fact, not waterproof. Surprise! The mascara alone was making me look more like Amy Lee from Evanescence than Amy Marie by the Sea, me. But why was it happening?
Hey, Amy.
Taking a look at the ingredients, I was shocked to learn that the difference was actually very small. Across the board, when we look at the ingredient list side by side, they are very similar. To make something waterproof, you need to add a mix of these 4 ingredients: waxes, silicones, silicates, and hydrocarbons. While that may sound complicated, they all pretty much do the same job, which is to help form a barrier or film to protect your makeup from letting the water in to mix with the rest of the ingredients. Except for our hydrocarbons, which do double duty here, and also act as a replacement for one big ingredient in our non-waterproof makeup: water. Yeah, the enemy of our perfectly painted face is in our makeup. This is the big difference in our mascara ingredients, and why our control side with the non-waterproof makeup is now sliding down my face and transferring onto our towel rather than staying in place.
This is our result. I would like to call this art. So what I can clearly see, there is a lot more foundation coming off on the waterproof side, but the brows, the eyeliner, the mascara is staying in place. However, on the other side, that lipstick is coming off. The mascara coming off.
Fascinating. Once we used the towel, our waterproof foundation and concealer couldn't hold up. As for our control side, well, it's performing as expected.
Welcome to test 2, where this is our weather test. So this is our large-scale freshwater. We are testing to see if there's a rainstorm, a hurricane, a water spout. Well, hurricane.
I like it that it's like, psh. And you know what? Just to be extra safe, another one. Psh.
Matthew Patrick just rolled in. I think that the weather forecast was a little bit of a lie to me today.
Hey, MatPad! Hi!
Trust Mr. MatPat to return with a splash. Though I do admire the bucket technique. A lot of arch, speed, all aimed at my face. I'll admit, his aim was great, but the true star of this moment,
Literally return with a splash. Literally splash.
this hair. Truly a style icon.
How bad's the drip?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Pretty bad.
I don't know, I think that
Literally
looked
drip.
beautiful.
Literally
Taking
drip
a
of
closer
water.
look, it appeared that Hurricane MatPat did cause some significant damage.
There's a little bit of smudging in the lipstick, which is different than the rest. And I'm also starting to see my skin a lot more in the actual foundation. The eyebrows are also dripping on that side. On this side, I'm not seeing my skin at all yet, which is honestly quite a surprise. Like, the waterproof side is holding up so much better than I expected it to.
Moving on to the towel test for this round, the results were consistent with our water guns. The control side had significantly more transfer, but we were still seeing a large amount of our waterproof foundation and concealer transferring onto our towel. Gotta say, Urban Decay is living up to its name and falling off my face as fast as skin falls off a zombie. And it all comes back
A zombie reference.
to those ingredients and the water that's in our makeup. Both our control and waterproof versions of the foundations and concealers had water as their top ingredient. Curious. The main waterproofing factor in these items are those silicones and silicates that we talked about earlier, specifically dimethicone, which shows up in almost all of our products, and, oh boy, trimethylsiloxylicate. Say that 5 times fast. The rest of
Okay, I'm not gonna try it. Can you try it?
our waterproof side was still
Okay, you
locked.
know what? Heck, I'm gonna try it, okay? Okay, let's try.
Earlier, specifically dimethicone, which shows
Dimethicone, 5 times.
up in almost all of our products, and, oh boy, trimethylsiloxylicate.
Alright.
Say that 5 times fast. The rest
Alright, my turn. Sorry.
and silicates that we talked about earlier, specifically dimethicone, which shows up in almost all of our products, and, oh boy, trimethylsiloxylicate.
Alright. Trimethylsiloxylicate. Surprisingly, on like the second or third try, I get more familiarized with the words. I can say it faster. Huh. Interesting. Muscle memory, I guess.
Say that 5 times fast. The rest of our waterproof side was still locked in place. Honestly, I was ready to call it now. The results seemed pretty clear. Overall, waterproof was in fact waterproof, and our regular non-waterproof makeup wasn't. Simple, right? Not quite. Not only was our final event, the mega mountain water slide, looming in the distance like a damp Mount Doom, we were about to test our salt water in a moment that was about to challenge me as a theorist and a person in a way nothing ever has.
This might be the hardest thing I've ever done for Theorist. I'm about to go into this theater and cry. We are watching Marley and Me, and I'm already a little bit upset. But it's for you. We're gonna see if tears will actually make my makeup run. It is the #1 reason people wear waterproof makeup.
Oh, that's a very good point. It's like you want to cry to show that you are human, you are emotional, but you do not want to ruin your looks because, well, it's kind of embarrassing and shy as well. Good point. I recommend up. Pixel, up. No, Sean, up. It's... Gosh, it's making me tear up.
Thank Jenna Marbles for that. For video,
Marbles.
revolutionized. Let's go, chat.
Of course we had to test tears. Crying with mascara running down your face is iconic. As I sat there trying to prepare myself for what was going to be the worst hour and 55 minutes of my life, I quickly realized I was weak.
No.
Barely a minute into this movie and I was ready to call it quits. Listen, I am a frequent visitor to doesthedogdie.com. It breaks me. Yet I didn't want to fail this experiment. I didn't want to fail you. We needed this test. So I made
Was Agatha all along?
a choice and fast forwarded to the infamous ending. I was going to do it. I was going to cry real tears for this experiment, even if it meant watching a silent film version of the Marley and Me finale. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. For some reason, we just could not get the dialogue to work here, and I was left with just the music and the sad dog visuals. And it worked.
Why is this movie so sad? Ash, why is this movie so sad? Even without words. This movie is so sad.
The tears, they were falling. Oh boy, were they falling. But someone would not let me leave.
Do I have to see the dog die? Ash, do we have to watch the dog die?
Ash be like, yes.
I think you need to cry a little bit more. I'm sorry.
Oh no. You're sorry, but you're laughing.
Let me just say, I put this makeup through the ringer, chat. But it left me with a bigger question than whether or not there was mascara running down my face.
This is so sad. What makes people want to watch a movie that's about the dog dying? Stop your...
Well, to answer your questions, I think when life get too mundane, when life get too down, when life doesn't go up and down anymore, it's just way too, it plateaus. When life get too humdrum, you know, people want to feel some excitement, joy. Also, people want to feel some sadness, disappointment in life to make them, to remind them that they are human.
Stupid face, Owen Wilson!
I've overcome a lot of my greatest fears for this channel, but I can honestly say that watching Marley and Me was not on my Theorist 2024 bingo card.
Hey Ash,
Hey.
how do I look?
I think you look great.
Thanks. I feel like I'm like glowing. I'm glistening.
I'm actually kind of shocked. The waterproof, you could see a little bit
Yeah.
of the tears coming down, but the non-waterproof, it is just pure lineage.
Oh god. Okay, let's go out into the actual light and see how we did.
It looks like our waterproof makeup can
On the bright side, I respect her professionality. She's tearing up, she's not feeling well, she's emotionally unstable, but she is focused, disciplined on finishing this theory episode. So, respect to you, great job.
And up to tears, but the non-waterproof side fell victim
to Marley and me. Listen, it was a really sad movie, okay? And if you think that we use artificial tears, here's what I'll tell you. There's an unopened, one sec. There is an unopened bottle of artificial tears because if I couldn't cry, this was the other solution. But guess what? I don't need this solution. These tears were real, and
there was a real explosion. Yeah. I'm joking.
I can tell you for a fact that our non-waterproof makeup can't stand up to real, factual tears.
With our white towel test, we didn't see a ton of transfer like with the fresh water. It was almost as if the sticky, salty tears had formed its own barrier on my skin, protecting the remaining makeup from the towel. But even though
It's very useful, it's tears. Does it work for sweat as well? Because I have a couple of friends, a couple of students in which they are females, but also they want to do martial arts. We sweat a lot. By default, you sweat in doing high physical exercise, high physical activities, high physical training.
both foundations were locked in tight, it couldn't hide how red my nose gets when I cry.
I am Rudolph, the saddest reindeer.
If you'd like to cheer me up, you can do that by hitting that subscribe button and becoming an official style theorist. It would really help cleanse the bad energy left from that movie. In fact, I think we could all use a little bit of rest and relaxation right now. So let's head over to one of the best places to go and relax in the summer sun, the beach. Welcome to the Theorist Beach, because apparently driving an hour and a half away was a little too far to go for this episode. Instead, we set up our own beach right here on the deck of a pool. Our Theorist Ocean was made up of a strange little ingredient that you can find in your local pet store. This is actually made from fish water. It's the stuff that you put into a tank to help keep seawater fish alive. As the package tells us, fish water contains every major and minor trace element delicate marine fish and invertebrates need. Listen,
And this is filmed in a beach. Tourist beach. This sounds weird though. B-E-A-C-H. Also, camera is a bit yeah. Huh? Okay.
I love animals, but I've never had fish. They kind of scare me. Our head editor has fish, and I've heard horror stories about them eating each other, so I really can't live that life. But I'll pretend to be the fish today, just for you. Let's get swimming. The ocean, refreshing. It's very cold. Who decided that we were gonna pre-dirty the water? Thank you, Justin. I can always count on you to be, looking out for me. Not only was
Hello, Justin. Thank you.
this water full of sea salt and fish nutrients, we went the extra mile to add debris and dirt to give it that true beach experience. Speaking of the authentic beach experience, since our pool was too shallow for a dive and dipping our face in wouldn't give us that true elemental experience, Ash came up with a second plan. Not the bucket again. Ash! You had one job!
Okay, good.
Sorry! You missed all the makeup, but you got my eye.
Here, let me try again.
Take two. I'm so surprised. Ash, what are we doing next?
All right, so we're gonna douse you in some more water.
Okay. You got the non-waterproof side.
Okay, cool.
We are testing this side.
Right?
We were having a few technical difficulties with this test. Luckily, someone behind the camera with experience in proper bucket
Technical difficulties.
technique was ready and willing to help.
Ash, you gotta practice your dousing skills. When one wants to douse a fellow employee in the face with a large bucket of water, you wanna direct it. It's a full body motion, right?
Yes.
You get your whole thing into it, right?
I love a learning experience.
The other side that you want to do too is to make sure that they don't see it. They don't see it coming. You get that authentic reaction.
Right, that was swift.
I very much love the technique.
Yeah, make sure they don't see it coming. They close their eyes already, so they literally can't see it.
So do you think you're all prepared to do this?
Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
We
even
clearly have not succeeded yet.
This is a learning experience for me. This is a channel where you learn a lot of things. And if you're me, it's how to do this! Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
Clearly, I have failed as a teacher. There's no one here to blame but myself in this moment.
Ash,
Oh, come on! Fail one, fail twice, fail three times. I mean,
now that you're here with me,
Yeah, man.
how's the makeup?
Actually, it's holding up pretty well.
Apparently, our non-waterproof makeup held up better in salt water. That's actually very surprising.
It was actually shocking. At first, I thought it was just the head injury from being hit with a bucket full of water making me see things, but no. This was the first time all day that our mascara has stayed in place. Comparing this result to the fresh water and even the tears, the difference was clear. Even the rest of the makeup stayed put better. What was going on? It had to be something about the change in the chemicals of the water. But was it just the salt, or was there something bigger at play here? I think I may have the answer, but to know for sure, we need to complete our water gauntlet and see if the chlorinated water results match the fresh or the salt water. Right after I rinse all this salt out of my eyes.
It stings a little bit.
I feel awful.
But hey, you can look really cute in a hat even while your eyes are stinging red if you get something from lumenofficial.com.
You know, we need to put swim shorts on our Lumen item wish list because I could have used a pair for this episode. I really didn't think working at Theorist would mean constantly getting dunked in water while fully dressed multiple times. These shorts have been in multiple showers, multiple tubs, and now the ocean and the pool. Say, Livy, let's go get dunked. And get dunked, I did. Look at that form. She's beauty. She's grace. She's Miss Makeup all over her face. Except not. So fun fact, the chlorine, while not holding up as well as our saltwater test, is not that bad. It wasn't. Comparing our before and after, there was only a little bit of smudging to be seen. This is weird. We are seeing that the chemical elements of water are making a difference to how much of our makeup is coming off. It's important to note, looking at these results, that Matt and Stephanie's pool is a saltwater pool, which means not only does it have the same amount of chlorine as a normal swimming pool, but it has some salt water mixed in as well, though not the minerals and other stuff that were in our fish water. I have been dunked in no less than 3 types of water 5 times today, and the only ones that made those My Chemical Romance tears down my face were freshwater. When we started this episode, I thought we were going to prove or bust the science of waterproof makeup, but instead, we've uncovered a bigger, crazier question that none of us could have seen coming. Can our regular, everyday makeup become waterproof? I know, it sounds like I'm talking crazy, except I think that we're onto something here. To know for sure, to know if we just uncovered the next huge makeup hack to end all makeup hacks, we need to conquer the final round of our water gauntlet, the
loading final level.
water slide.
On a slide.
This towering powerhouse of water pumping action won't just put the waterproof side to the ultimate wear test, it will give us the final piece of our makeup puzzle. Everything was on the line.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about water slides?
A million.
A million?
I love water parks. I spent my entire childhood going to Blizzard Beach in Florida, and it was non-stop water rides. Until I was like 12, that was my favorite thing to do every single summer.
Okay, quick questions. The score is 10. You got 10 million. Where did the extra 9,999,000 where did it come from?
So excited. You actually have no idea.
As I climbed to the top of this water behemoth, I was replaying everything we'd been through to get to this point. All the ruined makeup, the water thrown in my face, the friends who threw that water in my face. And I realized that science is really
And sometimes it's not the water that is in your face, it's the bucket. Ouch.
silly. With that, there was only one thing left to say. Cowabunga, dude. That final splash meant it was time to see if the makeup was going to give us the answers that we needed.
I don't know how the makeup's going. I'll have to rely on Ash right now to tell me. Is it holding up, Ash?
Yeah, actually really well.
We might have to go down one more time because we are thorough here at Theorist. That's the only reason. The only reason.
After one more slide for the road, it was time to take a look at the water slide makeup results against our pool, ocean, and initial freshwater.
Yes. The very fact that she have to double confirm, hyper emphasize, I got the joke already. That's cute. That is adorable, that is cute.
Seeing them all together, there was a clear pattern. At the bottom of our scale, you have the fresh water. Above that, you have the chlorine from our water slide. In second place, you have the chlorine and salt water from Matt and Stephanie's pool. And in first place, you have our ocean fish water. Now, if you're looking at this and think it's a scale of messiest makeup to cleanest makeup, you'd be wrong. This is actually a scale of how much stuff is in our water. Fresh has the least and fish water had the most. And this was the answer we had been looking for. It all comes down to a thing called osmotic pressure. Water only has so much space available for other stuff to be dissolved into it before it can't absorb anymore. When you add things like, say, chlorine or salt, that empty space starts to fill up. However, water always wants to be as pure water as it can. So when
Pokemon! Gotta get them all!
your salt or chlorine water is introduced to more pure water or fresh water, it tries to absorb it back into itself. Think about how dry your skin feels getting out of a pool or an ocean. This is osmotic pressure at work. The water is being drawn out of your skin and into the stuff-filled water that you are swimming in. This same effect can be seen in the results of our non-waterproof makeup. Remember how earlier in the episode we talked about how the top ingredient in most of our non-waterproof makeup was in fact water? That is the key to the strange results we've been seeing this whole episode.
And this episode also taught us something new. She mentioned about the osmot thingy, right? In which your hand gets drier after a few hours of swimming in the pool. I still remember when I was a kid, a small young kid, in which your skin is more sensitive. After swimming for like 2 hours in the water, I get out of water, my body feels dry. My neck, my body, my face, my hand, my legs, my chest, my stomach, my belly, my butt, my everywhere feels drier. And now I got the reason. Oh, thank you. I learned something new. Thank you.
Take a look again at our scale and you can clearly see the correlation. When our non-waterproof makeup was submerged into fresh water, there was space for the makeup to dissolve. On the other hand, when we did the same thing in our fish water, there wasn't. Our fish water was full of salts, minerals, and dozens of other things to make it habitable for fishes. It had so much stuff in it that once we introduced our makeup into the equation, the water was already too full to dissolve it. There was simply no space for it to go. And that's not all. Since the fish water was so full, when it met the water in our makeup, the fish water tried to absorb the makeup water into itself, drying out the makeup and leaving behind only the most waterproof ingredients. This process caused our normal everyday makeup to create a semi-waterproof film of its own, just like our waterproof makeup does naturally. Yes, the water ended up making our non-waterproof makeup waterproof through osmotic pressure. Now, I'm not saying that this is a foolproof plan. Clearly, there was some transfer. Still, if you do end up wearing your non-waterproof makeup to the beach, you now know you stand a better chance of leaving the water without raccoon eyes than your friend who's at the pool or the lake. That being said, if you are planning to go swimming with a full face of makeup, make sure it's actually waterproof, because that stuff works. But hey, that's just a theory, a style theory. Keep looking sharp. It's summertime, and that means you should check out our episode on whether or not sunscreen actually works.
Well, thank you so much. I think this episode was amazing. It was very fun, very joyful, and very entertaining to watch. Amy, you did a good job. And thank you so much to the team behind these videos. You guys are amazing. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Bye-bye.